Hello, it is Elise Cabret here from DAWter, back with another song breakdown video. Now in this series, I'm going to be breaking down a whole bunch of my favorite songs from my songbook here, going through these one by one. Today's video, we're going to be looking at this beautiful song called Bother by Stone Sour, written by Corey Taylor. As many of you, I'm sure, will know, Corey Taylor is also the frontman of Slipknot. This song was released in 2003 as part of Stone Sour's self-titled album. It is a beautiful song that I've loved ever since the moment I heard it. And I'm a big fan of Corey Taylor as a songwriter as well, both in Slipknot and in Stone Sour. He is a very underrated lyricist, I believe. I think that's because a lot of people tend to think, oh, he's a metal singer, like for some reason that means they don't have good lyrics. I don't know, but if you Google some Slipknot lyrics, you might be surprised. Corey is a brilliant lyricist. I love the way that he plays with emotion and metaphor in his words, so I highly recommend you check some of his stuff out if you aren't very familiar with it. Now, if you're familiar with the song Bother, I'm sure you will instantly recognize it from its introductory little picking riff that he does. It goes something like this. Super simple. This is all based around an A minor chord with a bunch of hammer-ons and pull-ups. Now what a beautiful way to introduce a song. So if you want to try this in your own songwriting, have a go at just picking a random chord and doing some little hammer-ons and pull-ups around that chord. See if you can come up with something really beautiful. See if I can do it. Start with let's try a D minor. See, that was really easy. That's just a D minor chord, playing around with some hammer-ons and pull-ups, just like Corey Taylor does with Bother. You saw how easy that was to write something to start a song. The next thing I want to talk about is this song's beautiful chorus. Now, I'm going to play through a verse into the chorus just so you can hear how that chorus is set up. I might just change the key because it's a little bit deep for me. Let's see if I can play it here. Wish I was too dead to cry, self-reflection fades, stones to throw in my creative masochist to which I cater. You don't need to bother, I don't need to breathe. I'll keep slipping farther. Once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. So there you go. So that chorus hits on the line, you don't need to bother. Now the first thing I want to point out about this chorus is that verse is building and building and building, so that masochist to which I cater. You don't need to bother, But when we hit the chorus, the dynamics drop away, which is the opposite to what normally happens. In a chorus, usually the energy is peaking, so everything's loud and fast and bigger. But in this song, all the dynamics drop away and he just hits that A minor chord and lets it hang, that you don't need to. Like, wow, okay. What that does is it creates a lot of intensity. It makes it really intimate all of a sudden. Now, I just want to point out that line, you don't need to bother, how intense that is, how raw that is. It's something you would say in the heat of the moment, in a conversation, a real conflict with someone. So a lot of the time, the tendency when we're writing lyrics is we're trying to be really poetic, but ultimately the lyrics that hit the hardest are the ones that you would hear in real life. The last thing I want to point out to you in this song is its chord progression. The reason being that Corey Taylor actually does something pretty cool here. So I don't know if you know much music theory, but hopefully you can follow along for this. Basically, this song is written in the key of A minor, okay? So you can hear in the verses, he plays an A minor chord, and that's a G6. Just alternates between the two. And in the chorus, he plays an A minor, G major, back to A minor, and then something interesting happens. He plays a E major chord. Now, if you don't know this already, in the key of A minor, that should be an E minor chord, which sounds like this. So the key of A minor has an E minor chord in it, not an E major chord. But why does that E major chord sound so good? It gives it a really nice twist there, doesn't it? And the reason for that is that when you're talking about minor keys, so if you're working within a minor key, if you change the fifth chord in the key to a major, so it should be a minor, you can change it to a major chord, and that will make your chord progression based on the harmonic minor scale rather than the natural minor scale. If that sounds really confusing, don't worry about that. All you need to know is that when you're working in a minor key, just look up the chords in the key, and the fifth one will be a minor chord. You can just change that to a major chord to give you this nice little twist in your chord progression. It sounds really beautiful. That's all from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, breaking down Bother by Stone Sour, one of my absolute favorite Stone Sour songs. I hope you've learned some things. If you'd like more songwriting tips from me, you can check out my website, DAWter.com.au. I'll put a link in the description to that. You can also follow me in my Facebook group, Write the Songs of Tomorrow. I'll put a link down in the description for that one as well. All right, awesome. Happy songwriting, and I will see you next time.